So as far as the way the board's set up, let's clear one thing up first, and then I'll explain. Sativa and Indica, it would be more appropriately labeled on the wall Sativa-like effects and Indica-like effects, in the sense that we are not making as strong of genetic arguments as we are effect arguments. So now why am I making that clarification? Well, so sativas are the classic plants. This is if you look at this is what a sativa leaf looks like, right? It has many little fingers on it, like the palm of your hand. They're slender. Sativas are from tropical areas. That is where they came from. Sativas actually tend to have properties that are energetic. They can be focusing. They can make you happy. They can have mood altering effects. Those are some of the really common effects for sativa plants. Classic examples would be something like Acapulco Gold or Nigerian Haze. These are typically from very warm parts of the world, equatorial, right? Indica plants, on the other hand, and sativas tend to grow very tall. That's another thing that's interesting about them. They also tend to take longer to flower. Indicas, on the other hand, tend to be short, squat plants. They have much fatter leaves, often fewer leaves. So where a sativa might have 9 leaves or even 11, 7 usually as a minimum, it's rare for an indica to have more than 5 leaves on a little particular stalk. Often even 3 is not that uncommon. Big fat leaves, darker color typically, shorter plants, bigger buds, higher yields. But indica plants tend to be sleepy or body relaxing or both. They tend to be used a lot by people who are having issues with chronic pain because of the body calming properties. Although of course that's kind of more of a common wisdom, as opposed to, there are no peer journals, there's no scientific, double-blind tests or anything like that, because marijuana's only been legal for a very short period of time, and those studies take a long time to do.
But those very general properties of the difference between a sativa and an indica,
exactly.
Those are those sort of the main questions that your average person who's just maybe making their first foray into a pot shop, they come in and they say, oh, I'm interested in buying some ganja, but I don't know what I want.
Right, and in my opinion, the correct next question from the bud tender should be, how do you want to feel? Now, marijuana is highly individual, so what makes me feel one way may not work the same way for you. But conversely, that's where your journey should start. And usually we get folks who will answer, well, I'd like something to make me happy. I'd like something that's kind of energizing. I'd like something kind of mellow. I'd like to relax. I want to sleep. Those are common answers. And then it's very easy for us to then turn around and make some suggestions. Some of it too is personal preferences. Like sometimes when people say they want to be mellow, they actually are totally happy with being stoned, meaning feeling kind of slow and a little bit stupid, right? If you're into that, you could go to Snoop's Dream, which definitely have that little extra stoned kind of capacity. That's one of those things that's kind of funny. Our language has actually made 2 words for sativa and indica. It's high and stoned. And people don't even realize when they're using those words that they're really referencing sativa-like effects or indica-like effects.
Because explain which is which.
Sativa-like effects make you high. Like if you want to feel energized and go out and do things, you're going to be out dancing and you want to have that kind of euphoric energy, you get high. If you want to be sitting in your living room with the Allman Brothers on 11, you might want to be stoned. You might want to be just out and relaxed, and maybe you're having a drink and you're with your friends and you're all just kind of zoned out and enjoying it. And that's a totally different thing, being stoned.